Welcome to the channel, guys, to my very first video. My name is Zach, or PsychicFrog, and today we're going to be looking at the Loki Episode 6 Season 1 finale and all the unanswered questions it gave us. Like, who is this character? Is he actually Kang the Conqueror from the comics? Is he dead? What are his implications on the future of the MCU? Today, we're going to be looking at all of that and theorizing more. Yeah. So first off, yes and no, this character is actually a combination of two different characters from the comics. The first character being the One Who Remains, and the second character being Immortus. The One Who Remains being the entity who, in the comics, created the Timekeepers, who then created the TVA to watch over the sacred timeline. Immortus in the comics is actually an older version of Kang, a version of Kang the Conqueror who has already lived a full life of conquering however many thousands of millennia a full lifetime is to a time traveler. So the version that we see in Loki is not Kang the Conqueror that you're familiar with, but instead is a variant version who is more silly and less focused on conquering the universe and all of time. More on that later. But first, who is Kang? Kang the Conqueror is an interdimensional time-traveling human from the future, the 31st century to be exact. Kang's comic history is actually really complicated, so I'm gonna make another video about that later. Basically, Kang wants to conquer everything. The timeline, the universe, dimensions, everything. You name it. Kang the Conqueror wants to rule it. He wants to control everything. Equipped with time travel, genius-level intellect, and a battle armor that allows him to have increased strength, energy weapons, and a force field that allows him to block the blast of an atomic bomb from point blank. So yeah, he's one of the Avengers' strongest villains. In the comics, making Thanos look like nothing more than a common criminal. In the comics, Kang once destroyed Thanos with a touch, just to prove he could. So yes, be very afraid of Kang the Conqueror. But remember, the One Who Remains, the character we saw in the Loki episode, is not Kang the Conqueror that we're talking about now. The One Who Remains in the Loki episode is just a variant of Kang the Conqueror, which actually brings me to my next point. Is Kang alive after Sylvie stabbed him? Yes. But it's not what you think. So remember when Sylvie stabbed the One Who Remains at the end of the Loki 6 episode? Yeah, he died, leaving the multiverse unguarded after it split into chaos. Now I know you might be saying, but at the end of that episode, we saw a statue of the One Who Remains, right? Right? Wrong. That statue, look at what it's wearing. It is wearing the exact same clothing that Kang the Conqueror wears in the comics, opposed to the One Who Remains, who actually wore the costume of Immortus from the comics. So you remember when Sylvie pushed Loki through the portal right before killing the One Who Remains? At that point, Sylvie was at the Citadel of Time in the void outside of time. It's confusing. This means that, since the tower sits outside of time, a ton of events could have taken place before Loki reached the main timeline. And because everything in the Citadel takes place outside of time, the effects already would have affected the timeline long before Loki got there. This could be why the TVA has a statue of Kang the Conqueror, and why Mobius didn't even recognize Loki. It's my theory that at the end of Loki, after Sylvie stabbed the One Who Remains, the only person protecting the timeline and stopping other Kangs from rising up and taking over the multiverse is that, well, that's exactly what happened. After the One Who Remains died, all the multiverse branches split off, and all the different Kangs fought up to control what used to be the single and main timeline. Now, since the Citadel of Time takes place outside of time, if any Kang were to actually take it over, considering it's unguarded other than Sylvie, they would have complete control over the TVA and all the new timelines. This would have allowed him to make certain changes around the TVA throughout time, like his statue. Either that, or Sylvie just pushed Loki through the wrong portal after being mesmerized by Tom Hiddleston, and I mean, come on, who wouldn't be? Either way, whatever happened at the end of Loki for Kang to now be the ruler of the TVA, we now know two separate but very important things. One, Kang the Conqueror is coming. At the end of Loki, we get to see the statue of Kang the Conqueror in his proper Kang the Conqueror outfit. And B, the MCU has been forever changed. With the multiverse now being a thing in the MCU, it opens up so many more possibilities for new villains that we couldn't find a way to put into the MCU, new heroes we couldn't see before or we couldn't set up before. It sets up different versions of our favorite heroes and villains, and it sets up so many more stories to be told, like the multiversal war that is coming. And here's an extra theory for you. What if, since Spider-Man 3, Doctor Strange 2, and Ant-Man 3 are all taking place in some part of the multiverse and taking part in some sort of the overall multiverse story, what if each of those movies focused on a different variant of Kang? In the Citadel of Time, The One Who Remains stated that if the multiverse was allowed to branch and open into a new multiverse, there would be a ton of super angry Kangs that would come searching to destroy the universe. And how cool would it be if those 3 movies that are all guaranteed to be focused on the multiverse had a different variant of Kang that we get to see? Maybe we could see Nathaniel Richards or Iron Lad, and that is the character Kang the Conqueror before he became Kang the Conqueror. Or Iron Lad is the Kang the Conqueror in the timeline where he decided he didn't want to become Kang the Conqueror, so he became a hero instead to stave off what he would become in the future. I don't know, I think it would be cool to see 3 different versions of Kang in the MCU, or even many more in different projects. But what do you guys think? We know there's going to be a multiversal war, so is this it? When is it coming? We know there's not a Marvel project slated multiversal war, right? So what are they doing with that? How are they going to insert that into the MCU? Is it going to be a slow crawl through multiple different projects, or is there going to be one big project like Ant-Man 3 Quantumania that is going to be focused solely on the multiversal war? I don't know. I'm very excited to see what happens. This is personally my most favorite Marvel product ever. It has set up perfectly the future of the MCU. I am so excited for Kang the Conqueror and everything else that is to come. Anyways, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Please like and follow for more. And what do you guys think? What will the MCU bring us now that the multiverse has opened up so many possibilities? Are there any storylines or comic book characters that you want to see on the big screen? What do you think? Personally, I want to see Deadpool and Spider-Man meet up. We know that's definitely a possibility since Ryan Reynolds has confirmed that he is coming into the MCU as Deadpool, and he will be getting Deadpool 3 rated R in the MCU. I am so excited. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. Big shout out to Braden Osmond who made this video possible. Without him doing his own YouTube career, he never would have inspired me to start my own. So, to spread the love, I'm gonna shout him out. Everybody, here's his YouTube channel. If you like watching Minecraft videos or Minecraft challenge videos, this channel could be just right for you. Thanks again, Braden. Thanks everybody for watching, and have a great day.